Hello, and welcome to the world we live in, Parareality crossover Dogman episode. What's going on, man?
Oh, man, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, it was easy drive.
Yeah, through a lot of back roads.
Back roads,
See a lot of Tennessee that we wouldn't normally get to see.
Yeah, exactly. Got tailed by a few pickup trucks. But I mean, that's Tennessee for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dangerous driving.
Yes, exactly. Well, this is the hotel room recording session. We are out of the secret bunker and into a hotel room.
Yeah. That sounded not weird at all.
Yeah, not weird at all. Just two dudes in a hotel room.
Yeah. Recording a podcast.
Exactly.
Surely there's nothing, no one would think anything strange about this.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Especially not that dude looking through the window right there.
Yeah, not the people walking by.
Yeah. Speaking of people, I know you didn't, but you were unloading your gear from the car.
Yeah.
And there's this real sketch dude that came out from one of the rooms that's like on the first floor. We're on the second, so this dude was coming out on the first, dressed all in black with a black hat, double pistol shoulder holster.
So I saw the shoulder holster, but I didn't want to stare at him.
Yeah. I was trying not to. I couldn't help it. But you had, one pistol under each arm just hanging out, flapping in the breeze. And I think he had a knife and maybe another pistol or something on his belt. He had a belt full of shit.
I think they call that strapped.
Yeah, he was definitely strapped.
Yeah.
And the first thought that came through my head was, I wonder if he's going to be at the convention tomorrow.
I mean, the lady at the front desk told you that there were a lot of people here for the convention.
The hotel was full of people coming to this convention, so the chances are high. I mean, he looked like someone that could be hunting Dogman.
Yes. I mean, look, if you're hunting Dogman, you probably have some self-protection. If you're smart.
Yeah, and he had multiple self-protectors going on there.
Yeah. Let's just say he was carrying a couple permits with him as well.
Sure, yeah. It's probably, Tennessee's that constitutional.
That is constitutional
carry state,
yeah.
so you don't have to have. I have the Constitution
permit.
And the Second Amendment. That's my permit.
Yeah, well, I also saw, as I was going to get my water and grabbed a cup of coffee, I went to the lobby and there was a dude, I don't know if he was here for the conference or whatever, but he got out of one of those, the pickup trucks where the paint job is like, it's not shiny like a typical car.
Yeah.
It's like matted over where it looks like rough. And there were like these handprints on his window. Could have been his kids, but it was a weird vibe.
Like legit not like nothing that was like
not like Dogman handprint or anything like that.
But nothing that was like painted or like
no, it wasn't painted. It was just like someone had. It was like the window was dusty and that someone had just like done like 6 handprints
on the outside.
On the outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It would be really creepy if they were on the inside.
On the inside
of the
would have
window.
been strange. Yeah, just like streaked across the inside.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that sounds definitely like someone that's going to be at the convention tomorrow.
Yes. Pickup truck, matte black. Yeah, it sounds like it.
Multiple gunware. Yeah, this is going to be great.
Start meeting my expectations.
I can't wait.
But I am very excited. There's some very good speakers.
Yeah.
Nick Redfern.
Yeah. Ken Gerhardt's going to be here.
Yep. Yeah.
I almost met him once.
Okay.
Once.
Just once.
Yeah.
It is my first paranormal convention, so I'm very excited. I know you've been to a couple.
I have never been to an actual like paranormal convention. I've been to a couple of alien cons, which we were talking about in the car on the street down here.
Yep.
They were freaking awesome. I don't think this is going to be on that caliber, simply because these people don't have the money and the high profile people. But I am very impressed at some of the names of people who are going to be here. And
Yes.
I was at a year or so ago. I was at a UFO convention, the Wonderland UFO Festival in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
That was very interesting as well. I made a couple of contacts there that I've been trying to get on the podcast, but it just hasn't worked out. So that's probably not gonna be. But
Yeah. It's a numbers game.
it is.
Yeah. So we were looking at, I had brought with me the Real Wolfman Real Wolfman, True Encounters in Modern America by the legend Linda Godfrey.
Linda S. Godfrey. Yeah. Good read. I have that in my library.
Yes. I would say it's probably one of the more popular books on the topic. I know that's her like main focus. So she's written a bunch of different books on the Wolfman, Dogman.
Yeah, she is the definitive source of information, the definitive expert on Dogman.
Yep. Very true.
She might have even coined that phrase. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's a good question. She very well might have. And then you had brought with you one of your favorites. Remind me of the title.
3 Men Seeking Monsters by the legendary Nick Redfern. It was written in 2004.
Yeah.
It's about him and 2 of his best friends over in the UK. Right before he made the move here to the States, they wanted to have one big final adventure, so they rented an RV for 6 weeks and traveled the UK investigating mysterious sightings, UFOs, cryptids, hauntings, stuff like that. And it's just a tale of them basically traveling the countryside, getting drunk, and monster hunting.
That sounds incredible.
It's a great book, man.
Sounds like the best gap year ever.
Yeah. It is a great book, and the whole reason I bought it is because Nick is going to be at the convention tomorrow, and I'm hoping I can run into him and slip him a $5 bill and say, "Would you please sign this book?"
I hope so. No, that would be incredible because you are a huge Nick Redfern fan.
I am. I've interviewed him on Parareality before. He's a great interview and a freaking book writing machine. I've read several of his books. I mean, he pumps out like at least 4 or 5 books a year. I mean, he's just constantly writing, and he tells a good story. You know, he's got a good writing style. And I of course I haven't read all of his work, but I've read a lot of it, and I haven't come across anything that I haven't liked so far.
Yeah, same. I've not read any of his books, but he writes a ton for Mysterious Universe, and I'm always looking through their stuff.
He's like a regular contributor.
Yeah, they have such a huge catalog of work. So you're right. Great writer, great flow, great storyteller. So,
Yep.
Have you seen any Dogman movies or like Wolfman movies? Yeah.
So I've seen one. Of course, a lot of them are real stinkers.
Of course,
you know.
Yeah.
They did make a movie about the Beast of Bray Road. I saw that. That was. I don't even remember who was in it. Some no names, not worth mentioning, and neither was the film. Of course, you know you got to put The Howling in there and American Werewolf in London. Those are the two of the best. If I had to choose between which one is like the best werewolf movie, I don't know that I could pick between the two because they are so awesome. All of the other Howling movies after the first one are shit. I wouldn't waste my time.
Okay.
The one that has oh God, I can't remember her name now. She was a really famous 80s cheese actress. She was super tall, good-looking, exotic, big breastises. She was famous for starring in a lot of 80s B-flick horror movies where she got naked. She was in, I think, Howling 2.
Yeah.
I think I'll remember her name after the podcast is over with, of course.
Of course.
Anyway, that's worth it only if you want to see her naked.
At the Booby Bungalow.
Yeah, the Booby Bungalow, exit 6 on I-65 South, right before you get into Alabama on the Tennessee state line, buddy.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I've just heard.
I've never heard it's a good spot.
Actually been.
Yeah, we read some reviews online.
Yeah. I've passed by it a few times. That's
of
it.
Course,
yeah,
of course.
But The Howling and American Werewolf in London. If you haven't seen those, you really need to see those. And Dog Soldiers.
Oh, I've heard. I don't think I've seen that one.
You have not seen Dog Soldiers.
I don't think. No.
Holy crap, man! It is it's either a UK or an Australian film, something like that. It's not American made. It is freaking awesome.
Okay.
It's God, when did that come out? It came out probably around 2004, 2005, somewhere around in there. And it was hailed as the next Howling, the next American Werewolf in London type deal. It was that good. The special effects in it were great. The story was a really good original story. It had really good action and decent acting. You got to look up Dog Soldiers.
Oh yeah. 2002.
2002. Okay, I was off by a few years. And there's also this stinker of a movie that came out sometime in the 80s called Metal Beast.
Metal Beast.
Metal Beast.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a government science experiment on a werewolf, and they somehow meld his skin with some metal or something like that, and he turns into like some indestructible werewolf killing machine. The best I can remember. Yeah, Metal Beast.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want like an hour and a half of your time that you'll never get back.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Love that.
Yeah.
There was one that came out this year. I don't know if you saw it. It was called The Cursed. Yeah, it's pretty good. It has one of the actors from Yellowstone. One of the female actors. I haven't seen Yellowstone, but she plays a wife of this British landowner, and basically him and these other aristocrats kick these gypsies off of their land, and by kick them I mean they slaughter them all and murder them, and the gypsies put a curse on the land.
Oh.
And then basically it's like a werewolf curse.
Okay.
And if you put these basically if you put like the mouthpiece of a werewolf, it sort of like possesses you, and if you put it in your mouth, you turn into the werewolf.
Well, that curse seems like it's pretty easy to overcome. Just don't put the thing in your mouth.
Well, there's like this whole
smash it with a hammer into bits and curse gone.
Yeah, there's this whole other thing where there's like a scarecrow in the fields, and it like possesses the kids and brings them to where the jaw piece was buried.
Oh,
yeah, and then if you get bit, obviously you turn as well. So.
Okay,
but it's good. I mean, it's nothing great, but it's a solid one. Yeah.
The Cursed.
Yep, it's British.
There was a early 2000s movie called The Curse.
Okay.
Geez. Once again, I can't remember the name of the people that were in it. They're kind of like, they were like B-bit actors, maybe
Gotcha.
a few big roles here and there occasionally, but it was a werewolf movie. If you've never seen Ginger Snaps.
I've not seen Ginger Snaps.
Oh my God, dude. That's another great early 2000s. This is a female werewolf movie.
Oh, okay.
And it's got a lot of metaphors about about young teenage girls coming of age and getting their first menstrual cycle and becoming sexually aware and interested in boys. It's a lot of undertones. It's basically a movie about female puberty disguised as a werewolf movie.
Wow.
And it is awesome. Yeah. It's really awesome. They made
definitely a different take.
Yeah. They made, I think, 2 sequels. The others weren't as, obviously as good as the first one. I think when they made the first one, they didn't make it with the intent of this is going to be a hit and we're going to make sequels. But if you just look at it as that's a standalone movie and you don't really care about the other 2, it's great. It is really, really good. And of course, it's about 2 sisters, and One of them is, I think, maybe slightly older than the other by a year or two, and she's the really good-looking sister. And then there's the little sister she's not ugly, but she's just like plain Jane, and she's, but neither one of these girls are very popular, so they're best friends with each other. And the good-looking girl gets invited to a party. She's interested in this guy, and one thing kind of leads to another, and somehow she gets attacked. Oops, I accidentally get attacked by a werewolf type deal,
Okay.
And as she is becoming sexually mature and starting to go through that phase of her life, she's also slowly turning into a werewolf.
Wow.
And it sounds just like the concept sounds like really bizarre and out there, and you think, oh God, this is some sort of weird hypersexual teenage movie, but it's really not. It's really not. It's very well written and directed and acted, and of course the girl that's turning into the werewolf, her name's Ginger.
And she snaps.
And she snaps.
Yeah.
Yes, she literally snaps. Hence the name of the movie, Ginger Snaps.
Okay,
Yeah.
Got it. That's a good one. Yeah, you are way more versed, and it's probably just because you're a bit older than me, but way more versed.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Way more versed in the 80s horror and 90s horror.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I've not.
I wonder why.
I don't know. Maybe it's,
Go back to your previous statement. That was my era, dude.
that was your era. Yeah.
Freaking Blockbuster as a kid.
Man.
Hell yeah.
I was alive for the very tail end of Blockbuster.
You missed the greatest cultural phenomenon.
Seriously.
One of them ever, man. I mean, as a kid, you didn't have, I couldn't get in my car and drive to the video store, or I couldn't, rent shit online or anything like that. So as a kid, it was like on Fridays, it was a race to see if your parents or your best friend's parents or some dude down the street, anybody that had a car, if they could get you to Blockbuster so you could get the movies first.
Yeah.
And the good Blockbusters had multiple copies, of course, of every movie, but it was like the greatest thing ever to go right straight. You bypass everything and go right straight to the horror aisle.
Yep, you know where you're going.
And you just walked up and down it. And, dude, you didn't pick a movie based upon, like, reading the back of the box and looking at the synopsis and seeing it got 5 stars from Rotten Tomatoes or whatever. You looked at the cover art on the VHS box and the title of it, and you go, that's the shit, I'm getting it. And you would take it home and it'd be just the worst effing movie that's ever been produced, and you're like, this is awesome, this is so freaking awesome,
man. Yeah, I remember going. Unfortunately, I missed the VHS stage, and it was all DVDs. Yeah. But I would go through the video game aisle and basically convince my parents to get me like a war shooting game. Yeah. But yes, Blockbuster. It's crazy how fast Blockbuster faded.
Oh yeah.
The transition, like, was so fast.
Like that.
Yeah.
And it thanks to Netflix.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most people don't remember, or people of a certain age won't remember, but Netflix used to be, they mailed you the DVDs,
They mailed you, yep.
and you kept them and didn't return them back, And the same thing with the games.
Exactly, same thing.
And, man, when I was, I'm not going to say growing up because I had already passed through school, but there's a thing around for years called Columbia House.
Okay.
And it was basically a subscription music service, like before Napster, before, Amazon Prime and all this streaming stuff. They sent you a freaking little catalog every month and was like, these are the albums that you can choose from your plan. And you said, I want this album, and this album, or whatever. And they mailed them to you. And you kept them. That was, you paid,
that was the deal.
to keep them. And that's how I amassed so much of my music collection from the the mid 90s all the way up through the early 2000s was freaking Columbia House.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
That was the shit, man.
Yeah, I've not heard that one.
I should look it up.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll go right to the computer and look it up right now. But yeah, it was great. I mean, and it's as someone of a certain age as I am, to see how technology has progressed so rapidly. I mean, I think if you were to like look at someone like, say, my mother, who was born in the late 40s, for her first, like, say 30 years on the face of this planet, technology did not, in my opinion, advance as rapidly as what it did for my generation. Because
I agree with that.
You know, and you just think in my short time on this earth, we went from literally having landline telephones that were rotary dial, you know, that took 5 minutes to dial the phone number, all the way up to, you know, cassette tapes. Then we progressed to CDs. And then we have MP3s. You know, now there's no more physical media hardly at all. No one wants physical media anymore. Everything wants some shit that can be stored on their cloud or in their hard drive or something like that. And with the movies, we went from not being able to see anything unless you went to the movie theater or saw it on TV to VHS and then DVDs and then Blu-rays, you know, now it's, like I said, there's no more physical media. I mean, you can still get it. Yeah. I have a huge DVD collection.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, you've seen it. You've seen part of my collection. Yeah. You know, my wife freaking hates it. But I just love it. I mean, I love to be able to go, what do I want to watch tonight? I haven't seen this movie in a while.
Yeah.
You know, and there's just something about being able to say, I own it, and I can put it in my DVD player anytime I want to.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I get it. I can store it in a cloud somewhere and say I own it, and I can play it on my smart TV anytime I want to. Yeah, I know. But it's just, I don't know, something about being able to physically, it's my generation. I want to hold my shit. I want to look at it, you know. Yeah. I want to read the back of the box.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a form, I don't know. It's more a feeling like you possess it.
Exactly.
Like you own it.
I mean, that's the way I'm that way with like vinyls. Like I like collect vinyls.
Yeah.
Like I've
seen some of your vinyl collection.
Yeah, you have. That's right. Yeah. It's and I wasn't even alive for when vinyls were the thing, but it's just that nostalgic value, I think, that people like. Yeah,
man. I like I said, it's a total like generational thing.
Yeah.
Like books, you know, I have a book collection, and they're still, luckily, books are still a thing.
They still are,
you know, and there are a lot of people who like to have physical books, and I'm one of them. I like to hold it in my hand. I like to be able to peruse through it. I like smell the pages.
Yeah,
you know?
An old book that smells.
Oh yeah,
it's
dude.
just like
There's
it's
nothing
taken
like
in
it.
everywhere it's been. Yeah,
and I would love to have my own, you know, mansion with the library, you know, with the ladder and everything. I would love that, but I live in a smaller home, and I don't have the ability to have all of my books. And I did. My wife did let me buy a bookcase, and then she promptly filled it up with tchotchkes. So I can't use it as a bookcase because it's got figurines and shit on it. But thank God for a Kindle. I never wanted a Kindle.
Yeah.
But I got one out of necessity because I can't, you know, now my books are stored on the freaking Amazon cloud or on my Kindle, you know.
Yeah,
I do love it. I will have to say I love my Kindle.
Yep.
But I still would prefer to have an actual book.
Yep. Yeah, I get that. Sort of switching topics. What are you looking to get from the conference?
Man, I am looking for two things.
Yeah.
I'm looking to gain some knowledge about dogmen and other cryptids that I didn't know about, and to hear some good stories from people. And I'm also looking for attendees who are there who have a story to tell that may want to be a guest on the podcast.
Yeah.
I have always said that one of the things I specialize in is telling the stories of the everyday man. Mm-hmm. Would I like to interview a big name person? Would I like to interview Ken Gerhard? Yes. Have I interviewed Nick Redfern on my podcast? I have. But I also like to talk to Joe Blow, who isn't trying to hawk a book or a DVD or my latest documentary or TV show or anything like that, who just had some encounter that he needs to get off his chest. He wants to tell it. He's looking for answers. He doesn't know what the hell he saw or what the hell happened to him. That's who I really love to interview, because those people are just so not that the famous people aren't genuine, but the everyday man who just has that story to tell with nothing to gain other than I just want to get my story out there. Those are the people that are the most relatable, in my opinion. Now, some of them, dude, are way off the effing deep end, like super weird, and you're like, I can't wait for this interview to be over with so I can get as far away from you as possible, and it runs the gamut from that all the way to there's people that's like, dude, I want to go hang out with you and experience what you experienced, but yeah, I love talking to people like that, and I'm hoping I can make some connections. I was gonna bring my freaking business cards, and I left them sitting on the dresser at my house. I just remembered that.
I see.
Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I mean, I'm sure there will be, some people that.
I'm sure we've seen a couple of them already.
Yeah, I think we've seen. Yeah.
I don't know that I want to interview those two.
To what extent they are participating, that is the question. But yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. So what about you? What are you looking to get out of this?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking to understand more about the phenomena. Mm-hmm. I feel like Sasquatch takes up like so much,
80%.
Yeah, so much of the cryptid discussion, when it's so much more vast than that and so much more interesting. But
that's why I'm glad they said the Dogman and other cryptids.
That's what caught my attention.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna have our share of Sasquatch stories through this, but
naturally.
But I'm with you. I think it's too much emphasis is placed.
Yeah.
On that.
Yeah, and I'm looking to hear just some like possible explanations for Dogman.
Yeah.
Because and tell me what you think about this, but Sasquatch, right? Very human-like, like upright, looks like a human,
in the face, yeah,
walks like a human, face very similar to a human.
Okay, yeah.
Dogman, sort of like a hybrid, right?
Yeah.
Not
more dog than man.
More exactly, yeah. That's kind of what I'm saying. More animal than man, and it's just I want to hear some explanations as to what people think Dogman is, because you with Sasquatch you have like the whole like I don't know, sort of like lost genealogical.
Yeah,
humanoid.
Is he the missing link?
Yeah, is it the missing link? Was there some distant ancestor that just got lost or started getting killed out, and now there's been like breeding populations in the deep woods and what like. But Dogman, I mean, I don't really have explanation that I can remember off the top of my head.
So, do you think Dogman is more like werewolf type? I mean, you think like there's dudes out there who like can turn into these Dogmen, or you think it's just a creature all unto itself?
The creature all to itself is my like go-to. That's what I think, but because the metamorphosis part is just like trying to play how that would go in my head just sounds really painful.
I'm sure.
Just like, what would that entail? Like breaking your bones and like
totally reforming your skeletal system and
totally reforming. Yeah, exactly. And and there's some Skinwalker lore that if certain rituals that are known to the Skinwalkers that like if you put on animal pelts, like it somehow transforms your body in some way or shape or form. So there is that information out there, but so hopefully I want to hear some more explanation on possible.
I'm kind of with you. I think that the Dogman is more of a creature unto itself versus somebody that changes into a werewolf. I mean, because the Dogman is the American werewolf, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does, because I mean the werewolf lore comes from France mostly. I think at least the Western perspective. Yeah.
So if you believe in werewolves, and I don't know what your opinion on werewolves are, but if you believe in werewolves, well then a werewolf is a man or a woman, a human being that transforms into a wolf. Okay. By the light of the full moon or at will, depends on what kind of version of the legend that you subscribe to. So if you believe in a werewolf phenomenon, then in my opinion, you also must believe that the Dogman is of a similar phenomenon.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
But I think that if you look at the two side by side, there are a lot of similarities. You can't deny it.
Yep.
But there's also enough differences to make the Dogman phenomenon it's a creature unto itself.
Yes.
It's not, we can say it's the American werewolf, but it's not really a werewolf. It looks like a werewolf. It maybe instead of Dogman, maybe we should say, Wolfman, but that's already been coined.
Yeah,
so, thanks to Universal Studios,
True.
Which is another excellent werewolf movie, by the way.
Yep.
So Dogman, I think, is probably some sort of creature that is yet to be quote unquote discovered by science, kind of like Sasquatch. There's there's enough evidence out there. Enough people have seen Dogman all over the country to say there's something to it, because it's like Sasquatch. Their descriptions are all very similar.
Yep.
And even pictures that you have supposedly seen of Dogman, whether you think they're legitimate or not, I don't know. The pictures are very similar. I've seen, thanks to Linda S. Godfrey and her sketching and stuff like that, sketches of Dogman that I have seen all look very similar.
Yep, they do.
And these are by people from different areas of the country who don't know each other, have never been in contact with one another.
Yep.
So there's got to be something to it.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, I don't think we're going to get down to the bottom of this tomorrow.
No.
But it would be nice.
It would be nice. Yes, it would be nice to get some explanations and just increase knowledge, like you said, about other cryptids.
Yeah, and plus it's always, stuff like this is not quote unquote mainstream, but there's enough people who are into this kind of thing. Just based upon what the clerk said that checked us in a while ago, the hotel is full of people coming for this conference tomorrow, and this is not really that small of a hotel. It's a pretty big hotel.
Yeah.
So if there are that many people here to see to come to this conference tomorrow, then there's enough people out there to we're kind of on the fringes, but it's nice to be amongst other people who have the same interest, who either wholeheartly because you, like I say, you've never been to one of these before, so it's full of weirdos. Okay, I'm not gonna. We're weird. We're here. Okay,
exactly.
But I think if you were to take the snapshot of your run-of-the-mill weirdo and compare us to it, I think we're more towards the normal side. We lean a little bit more towards normal.
Yeah.
There's going to be some really straight-up 100% weirdos here who are 1,000% convinced that the Dogman is real, and they have their own opinions. It's, interdimensional being. It comes from a UFO. It's a government experiment. It's blah, blah, blah. There are going to be those people there all the way up to there's going to be people like us who are like, there's something to this, but, point me in the right direction. I'm good. Either way, it's either real or it's not. I want more evidence. I want to know more about it. Everything in between. And it's nice to hang out with people on both ends of the spectrum, so you can get, because even the ones that are way out in the left field who have these super weird explanations and all this other sorts of stuff, you can learn some stuff from them, because sometimes they make sense with some of the things that they say, and you're like, I never thought of that.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great point. Also, this just popped in my head, but I've never heard anyone. Well, I've heard one guy I met in a coffee shop tell me that he was visited by a UFO when he was like 8 years old, and then from then on he had been seeing like Jesus in the mirrors and stuff like that. So that's my only like.
Why does it always have to be Jesus?
I know it always ends up Jesus or the devil. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It must be that archetype, I guess. Yeah, but that's the only thing I've ever heard in person, so I am excited to hear some people talk about their experiences, like, literally right in front of me, and not, like, through a podcast or something.
Well, through my many years of doing this podcast and some of the friends that I've made in circles that I've traveled in, I have met some really way out there people, and I'm friends with some people who have just the most bizarre theories about stuff, and I look at them and I'm like, you're going off the deep end, and then there's people who have, like, I'm not going to say I'm best friends with, but I am pretty decent friends with this guy. His name's Brett Oldham, who is a UFO abductee, and claims that he has been abducted from childhood all the way up, continues to this day, and that he has been part of an alien breeding program and has produced offspring and blah, blah, blah. And he's written a few books. He was featured on an episode of Ancient Aliens. He had an episode on there. I don't think it was the very first. I can't remember. It might have been the very first. Nope, no, it was the second or third Ancient Alien Con thing that they had. He was a panelist on one of their things.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's he's doesn't run in the same circles as, say, like Sucralose or
for sure.
Or so, but I mean he's kind of.
And
he's not unknown. Let me put it that way.
But you've heard his story and all that.
Oh, I've hung out with him.
Yeah.
He used to live in the Nashville area.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I used to hang out with him and his now ex-wife.
Gotcha.
So he has just some really just odd stories to tell and everything. And you're like, oh my God, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about this, but whether these things actually happened or not, he genuinely believes that they did.
Yeah.
So who am I to say that
exactly.
they didn't? And other than that, he's a perfectly normal dude.
Yeah. You would never know.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't walk around with a
street.
tinfoil hat on or have, like aliens abducted me, bumper sticker on his car or anything like that. He's a normal dude, but he just had these experiences, and whether they actually happened or not, only he knows, but he genuinely believes that they did, and I'm not going to say they didn't.
Yeah, you gotta know. You have no idea.
Yeah,
exactly.
But he's a very different guy, unique to talk to.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. What's interesting about Linda Godfrey's book is just like the range of locations.
All over.
All over. Like there are some hot spots. Obviously, Beast of Bray Road is in Wisconsin. Yeah, so Wisconsin has the highlights. There's a few encounters in Tennessee. They go all the way to like Alabama, Texas. So it's really it's.
I'm waiting for someone to have a Dogman encounter in Wisconsin where the Dogman's running through the field with the cheesehead hat on its head.
Yes, that would be a legendary one.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I would like that.
I think we could probably chalk that one up as fake, but you never know. I mean, they may be a Packers fan.
It could be.
Dogman could be sitting in his cave somewhere.
Yeah, just watching
with a
Bears,
stolen HD TV.
Yeah, just watching Bears
panels.
Paxer. Yeah. Just wired up, just ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah. Just a fresh kill, just sitting right next to him. Yeah.
Like a little 3-year-old kid that he snatched out of some person's car.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the game day appetizer.
Yeah, yeah.
Got all of his Dogman and Sasquatch friends and shit.
Can only imagine what he kills for a Packers Super Bowl.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
No telling.
I'd love to attend that party. Be like, hey man, I got some pizza rolls.
Come with with the Pizza Hut pizza.
Oh,
can't out pizza the Hut.
Can't do it, man. No, but seriously, Linda Gottfried is the godmother of Dogman, and there are some awesome stories that she tells in that book. And you're right, it's all over everywhere. There's like in all corners of the United States, there are Dogman encounters.
Yep.
And I was telling you about one that I'm not sure if I'm remembering it correctly because it's been so long since I read the book. And it seemed like there was something about a Dogman outside of a hospital or a psychiatric hospital or something like that on some mound that was like a Indian burial mound or something like that.
Yeah, it's an interesting connection.
Just really freaky. And in the book, I believe that she makes a lot of connections between Dogmen and the Native American burial mounds. I believe.
Yeah, there's
which is very interesting because could this be like this harkens back to what I was saying earlier is that Dogman is the American werewolf. That makes who is more American than the Native Americans?
Yeah, and I mean, the original inhabitants of this continent. So
the fact that Dogman might be connected somehow to our indigenous population here in the States is not a far stretch to me.
Yeah, you're right. She has a chapter in here called the Native American Connection, and then the case for the indigenous Dogman. So. And then she goes all the way back to the Beast of Gebedon, which is
that is super old, like 1700s, right? Or is it before that?
Late 17, which is France, the infamous case in France where I believe they even sent in like the art, like they had like a military presence because people were getting killed. Yeah, 1765. Yep.
Damn, I'm good.
Yeah, nice job. Thank you.
Pat myself on the back. Good job.
Right before the French Revolution.
Yeah. Let them eat cake.
Yeah, exactly.
You know that's a myth.
It is a myth, yes.
She didn't really.
She never
really
said that.
Not said that.
Yeah. Well, cool. You got anything else?
Depends on what you mean by anything else.
We're only at 45 minutes here, so I was trying to get like an hour in. So yeah, whatever.
I do have something. I have a surprise for you.
Oh, you have a surprise for me?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I'm going to set this down right here.
I was going to say we already ate the bugles.
Yeah. Oh no, there's still like 3/4 of the bag. Kidding, that's a family size bag. So because we're at a Cryptid
nice
convention.
Yeah.
And because you, like me, are into conspiracy theories, I have Conspiracy Theory Travel Edition.
Were you telling me about this, or is this something new?
I was probably telling you about it.
I think you were telling me about this.
I have the actual game as well.
Yes, that's right.
But this is the travel edition.
Ah, I see.
So, let me ask you
Let's do it.
a couple of questions to test your conspiracy theory knowledge.
Oh,
and
boy.
then later on, we will actually play this game, and I will whip your young ass in this game. Okay. So, are you ready? First question.
Yes.
In his attempts to locate the Mongolian death worm.
Ah, yeah.
I don't have my glasses on. I'm
No,
sorry,
you're
I'm
good.
old. Okay, I'll start over. In his attempts to locate the Mongolian death worm, Ivan McCurley used a thumper device that was inspired by what science fiction story? You should get this. A. Tremors. B. Men in Black. C. Dune. Or D. Bermuda Tentacles. I'll repeat those if you need me to.
Man.
There are people out there right now listening to this just yelling
Yeah,
at their
honestly,
computer.
I don't know this one, but I'm gonna go with. Man.
You want me to give you the answers again? You want me to give you your choices?
Yeah, give me one more time.
A. Tremors.
Yep.
B. Men in Black. C. Dune. Or D. Bermuda Tentacles.
Oh boy. Man. I'm gonna go with Men in Black.
You suck. It's Dune.
Damn.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie either.
Either one of them?
No, unfortunately not.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to end this podcast right
Is
now.
that a conspiracy? Yeah.
All right. Question number 2.
Okay.
You're 0 for 1.
Oh, I'm 0 for 1.
Yeah, so far you're sucking. Okay. Question number 2. What resource in the Bermuda Triangle is jointly controlled by both the Draconian and Zeta Regalians? Not Zeta Reticulans, but Zeta Regalians alien races. The Draconian and Zeta Regalians alien races control this resource in the Bermuda Triangle. Is it A, the Falcon Wormhole, B, the Phoenix Stargate, C, the Crystal Pyramid, or D, the Atlantean Road? If you get this, I will be shocked because I don't even know the answer
I
to
was
this
just
one.
say this is hot out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the Phoenix. Nope.
No, it's the Falcon Wormhole.
Jeez.
I've never heard of that. I will confess
I mean, I've
that
heard
one
of the
never
alien
heard.
races, but I've not heard of them operating or
Yeah.
jointly owning a wormhole.
Yeah. That's all right. Third question.
Okay.
In the early 1900s, what doctor had 18 patients starve to death while undergoing her scientific fasting alternative medicine treatment?
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. These names are great. A. Dr. Danger. B. Dr. Hazard. D. Dr. Peril. Or excuse me, C. Dr. Peril. Or D. Dr. Menace. So it's Dr. Danger, Dr. Hazard, Dr. Peril, or Dr. Menace. Those names are killing me.
Damn. Wow. I'm gonna go with Dr. Danger.
Wrong. Dr. Hazard, you're 0 for 3. Oh my God. Okay.
Wait, why? Hold on a second. Hold on. What game is this?
This is conspiracy theory.
Oh my goodness.
This is conspiracy theory game. Okay.
Well, I have some things to look up now. I
Yeah,
have
exactly.
literally no idea
And
about any three of those.
what's really super cool is you see on the card there's a QR reader right there.
Yeah.
And it
Is that
takes
what it takes you to?
Yeah, it takes you to more
wow.
info.
That's
Yeah,
huge.
I
That's
know.
huge. Okay.
All right, last question here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You can redeem yourself if you answer this question correctly.
Okay.
You will still be a loser, just not as big of a loser.
It's not as big.
Okay.
Okay, I'm down.
What creature, rumored to live deep in the Rocky Mountains, was said to have swallowed entire parties of mountaineers in a single bite? So this is a big creature.
Yeah, big guy.
A, the slide rock bolter. B, the jackalope. D, the Shunka Warrican. Did I say D?
You meant C, yeah.
I meant C. That's twice I've done that.
Yeah.
Apparently I'm dyslexic now. Okay, we'll start over. A, the slide rock bolter. B, the jackalope. C, the Shunkra Warrican, or D, the Thunderbird? The Slide Rock Bolter, the Jackalope, the Shunka Warrican, or the Thunderbird? A creature rumored to live deep in the Rocky Mountains.
I know the Thunderbird is a western cryptid, but I think it's more in the desert, from what I can remember.
Good deductive reasoning.
Okay, so
I'm liking where you're
think
headed with this
I think
so
I'm gonna
far.
cross that one out. The Jackalope, from what I can remember, is not big enough to swallow humans.
Nor is it real. So there's that.
Yeah, that's true.
I dropped the card under the chair. Keep going.
Okay, I'm probably gonna go with the C, the Shunka Warrican. Once we get the card back.
No, it's the Slide Rock Bolter.
Oh my god! I've never even heard of that one. What is?
I've never heard of that one either.
Damn.
They dived. That's the one thing I like about this game is
Yeah.
that they dive really deep into some conspiracy theory. Some
No,
of them
I do
are
appreciate
like,
that.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
of them are like, like in your face. You should know this. Everybody knows
Of
this one.
course.
And then some of them are like some of these. It's like, what the f is
Damn.
this? I have never heard of this. So it's really good way to get topics and research.
Yeah, that's a great
Or
point.
yeah. So there you go. 0 for 4.
You want me to read you a couple?
Oh, sure. Let's see how bad I can do.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay,
Let's see how
read them from
start,
read them from that side since I've placed the card.
Other pile. Okay, card one.
Oh God, I'm gonna suck too. I know it.
Where did U.S. President Richard Nixon hide a time capsule containing alien documentation of alien contact?
Ooh.
A, in the Watergate Hotel. B, in the White House. C, at Camp David. D, at Area 51.
I'm gonna say Camp David.
Wrong. Apparently, he didn't get too creative and just kept it in the White House.
Oh,
I know.
that was going to be the first thing I said, but I was like, no, that's too obvious.
Too obvious, yeah. Okay. On May 18th, 2016, 80 children in Peru were hospitalized for suffering from what condition? A, mass demonic possession. B, Morgellon syndrome. C, spontaneous uncontrollable laughter. Or D, senioritis.
Senioritis. What was the first one?
A was mass demonic possession.
It wasn't Morgellons disease, and it wasn't senioritis. I think that's made up. It was either uncontrollable laughter or demonic possession. I'm just going to go with the obvious demonic possession.
You are correct.
Yes.
Yeah, mass demonic possession. I've not heard of that case, but
I vaguely, I think maybe I remember a little bit of something about it.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
okay. Question 3: What 3,000-year-old Egyptian artifact did Eric von Daniken propose was an internal flywheel of an ancient spaceship's hyperdrive system? A, the Wheel of Ra. B, I never pronounced this one right. B, the Antikythera.
It's that one.
Antikythera mechanism.
It's that one.
C.
I'm gonna stick with B. I'm gonna stick with B.
You can stick with B.
Yeah, I'm probably wrong, but I'm sticking with B.
That would be incorrect.
Okay.
It's
I
the
should have let you finish.
Yeah. It is the schist disc.
The schist disc.
Never heard of the schist disc. Okay.
Yeah, say that fast 3 times.
Seriously. Okay, one more here. What is the largest number of people that vanished in a single incident in the Bermuda Triangle?
Oh God, I don't know this one.
23, A. B, 89. C, 309. Or D, 1,278.
I'm just gonna go with C, 309.
You would be correct.
Yes.
2 for 2.
So I'm
Nice
twice
job.
as smart as you
You're
when
twice
it
as
comes
smart
to
as you.
conspiracy theories. Yes.
Twice as smart as me and twice as old as me.
Twice as old. Yeah. Do the initials F and U ring a bell to you?
They do. That's been two old jokes I've made, so I probably deserve that.
Yes, you do.
Yes. That's a good. Yeah, we'll have to play.
Oh,
that.
yeah, for sure, man. For
Nice,
sure.
nice. Well, good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm anxious to get into this conference tomorrow.
Yeah, very
and
excited.
we'll have to do a follow-up.
Yeah, we'll have to do
after
yes.
the convention. We'll have to get together.
Yeah, we'll have to
because
get
this was the pre-convention.
Yes.
Maybe I can sneak in some like during the convention stuff.
Yeah, like a bit
I brought my clandestine microphone.
You did, yeah. That's a cool little gadget. I like that.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, Bluetooth.
Nice.
Technically, I could like go up to one of the lecturers and clip it on his lapel.
Just get the whole lecture in.
And get the whole lecture. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can, but I'm not going to do that.
No.
I'm sure that
We don't want to get kicked out.
Somebody would get pissed off. Yeah.
I mean, if you get kicked out, I'm going to deny that I know you.
Well, as well you should. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if I were you, I'd do the same. I don't know who this fucking bastard
I don't know
is.
who this crazy guy is. Yeah.
Kick him out. Go.
Take him.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we'll do a debrief in the bunker for sure.
For sure. I haven't done a podcast in a couple of months.
Yeah, I saw that.
And,
I know you've been busy.
I've been doing other stuff, but I doing this with you has really made me realize how much I miss. I've been missing it really, like the last several weeks. I really miss doing it. I just have had so much going on right now. I had to take a little unscheduled break.
Yep.
But this has definitely got the juices flowing, and like I got to get back into it. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the secret bunker.
Yes.
And we're going to record a post-convention episode where Eric and I will break down the first annual Paranormal Roundtable Dogman and Cryptid Convention Conference.
Cryptid Con, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever, yeah.
And
Dogman Cryptid Con, yeah.
I was going to tell you, there is a convention that's been going on for several years that I have been trying to get to, but I just can't do it. It's also, this is in Kentucky. I think around the Lexington area, so it's a little bit further of a drive, but it is actually called Cryptid Con.
Oh, gotcha.
So I've been trying to go to that for several years, and I never have been able to arrange it. I'm down. I'm down for Cryptid Con.
Yeah, that's definitely got to be next on our list.
They usually have one or two people from the Finding Sasquatch show there,
yeah.
So, yeah, I'm definitely going to that this year. I'm not even going to ask for permission from my wife. I'm just going to tell her I wear the pants in the family. I'm the man.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, your wife is kind of partying without you tonight.
Yeah, she and her secret lover are going to the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Damn.
Show in Nashville.
That's going to be an incredible show.
But it's not freaking Dogman Conference.
It is not.
I mean, how can you even compare?
I mean,
there's no comparing the two.
No, there's
it's
not.
Like
no.
Apples and oranges.
Yeah. I mean, no, but truth be told, if I had my choice, Dogman 100% of the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You scared me there for a second. I thought you were going to go with Chili Pepper. I was going to be like, get out. I paid for this room. You're kicked out.
I'll be sleeping in the car.
Sleep in the car. That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're definitely are going to get together in a secret bunker ASAP after this convention's over with, and we're going to record a comeback episode for me.
Hell yeah.
Our I guess break it down, what we liked, what we disliked.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can get a little seriously can talk to a couple of people and get what I call street interviews, is like 5-minute little snippets of
just a little. Yeah,
that's why I brought my microphone.
If anything, just like, why are you here?
Yeah. Have you had, I'm waiting for. I know there's going to be people that have had some sort of
for sure
thing, and that's why I was bringing my business cards. But I always forget my damn business cards.
Yeah, but should get used to it. Business cards are a strange thing. I just feel like it's not. I don't know. It's not natural.
Well, you can do these virtual business cards now.
Yeah, that's right.
And I've been meaning to do it. I just haven't.
Yeah.
I should really do that because I always forget my business cards. And now if I have it on my phone, it's like, oh, here, click.
Yeah. Here's a QR code.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, great stuff, man.
Yeah,
we'll definitely look at. I'm going to Cryptid Con this year. I'm doing it.
Yeah,
if you want to go,
we'll
talk about it.
Check out the schedule and we'll talk about it. But yeah, that'd be awesome. Right. That'd be awesome. Okay, good stuff.
We got
thanks
over an
for
hour.
Listening. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we did. One of the longest episodes I've done, honestly.
Sweet.
Good stuff. You want to plug socials real quick?
Socials, yeah. Sure. So My podcast is called Parareality. You can find it just about anywhere you get your podcasts. Apple Podcast. I started to say iTunes, but there's not. Yeah. So Apple Podcast. You can get it on Google Play. Those are probably Stitcher. Just like I said, anywhere you get your podcast, I am there. You can follow me on my social media. You can go to on my Facebook page. There's the official Parareality Facebook page. Just go to Facebook, look for Parareality. It's Parareality. Or you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram. Both of those accounts are under the same Parareal Radio. That's Parareal Radio. And if you want to get in touch with me, if you had an experience, you want to talk about it on the show, you got an idea for a topic, hey, send me an email, sandman@parareality.com, or you can always call and leave a message on my studio line if you want to call in and say, hey, you suck, or whatever, or I love your show, or I've had this experience, let me tell you about it. 615-692-1170. That's a direct line to the secret bunker where I host Parareality. So those are all the ways you can get in touch with me. Follow me on my socials. Slide into my DMs on
DM.
Yeah, slide right into those DMs on Twitter and Instagram, especially, you want to talk about some weird stuff.
Yes, love weird stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. You can find the World We Live In podcast at the World We Live In podcast on Instagram, World We Live Pod on Twitter. Email at worldweliveinpodcast@gmail.com. And catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Those are probably my big three. And and then Facebook as well. The World We Live In podcast. Trying to get more Facebook traffic.
There you go.
I did like a little boost post.
Yeah.
For like 7 days, it was like $10. It actually did stuff.
Yeah.
No, it actually works.
I've done several. I haven't done it in a while, but I've done several of those, and it works. It works pretty good.
Yeah, I got some followers. So
yeah, man, I did it one time. I did back when the George Floyd thing was real. I did this podcast about how people were saying that the whole thing was fake and done by crisis actors and everything.
Oh my goodness.
And I did a Facebook boost post on that to try to drive some people who might not listen to the podcast. And boy, did I get a lot of really horrible comments on that, because people automatically thought that I was saying,
of course they did,
that it was a crisis actor thing and that it wasn't real. I'm like, no, you didn't even read the advertisement. You didn't even listen to the podcast. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all.
That's crazy.
And it was just a show about the conspiracy theories behind the George Floyd debacle, and wow.
That just shows you how much people don't care about actually reading material.
They don't give two shits about. They're like, oh, this dude is an asshole.
Exactly.
Black Lives Matter and blah blah blah. Dude, I got like straight up like almost death threats because of that. And I had to literally say, you don't even get it. That's not what I never said. All the things that you're accusing me of, I never said.
That's nuts.
Never said.
That's nuts.
It was crazy. Yeah, so be careful what you promote and how you promote it.
Yeah,
I'm just going to give you that piece of advice, because it can turn out bad.
Very true. I know, man. The internet. Sometimes the internet is amazing and great and a great way to promote, but sometimes it just sucks and people suck.
I know.
Yeah.
I oftentimes wonder if Mark Zuckerberg and his people that helped him create Facebook, I wonder if they would still, knowing what Facebook has turned into, if they knew, then what they know now, I wonder if they would still have gone ahead and done it. Because, I mean,
it's gotten so out of control.
I know.
They have no control.
The lure of billions of dollars, I'm sure, plays a part in that, and they would probably still say, fuck it, because I'm going to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They literally have no. The only way to control Facebook is to shut it down completely.
Yep.
And they're not going to do that.
No way. Mm-hmm. The issue issue I have is everything's become a news site. Every place people think they have like the best take, and especially all the blue check marks, and everyone's like, "Oh, this happened." Like, there's too much news. Twitter is nowhere near what it once was, and yeah, for the most part, it sucks. But
I had hopes when Elon Musk was going to buy Twitter that, oh man, he'll go in there and clean house. No. And then I was scared. Oh shit! Maybe he's going to shut it down.
Yeah, dude, there would be riots in the streets if he shut that shit down.
There would be.
Yeah.
All right, good talk, man.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone take care, be safe, and we'll talk to you next time.
Parareality.com. Woo!
Peace.
Peace.